Yeah. Hello, 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 hello.
Good afternoon.
It's time for opposite sexes. There was something that I was just going to say, and I can't remember what
It
it
must
was.
not have been important.
But
They,
that's one of the first signs of old age. By the way, I like your glasses.
oh, thank
The
you.
the new glasses.
They are red, aren't they?
They are red. Yes, they are. Reminds me of that.
Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Well, yes, a couple people have mentioned that to you, but also that older woman that used to do the advertising.
Oh,
Uh,
the one that had the shirt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
oh God, and I should know because I have a
Yeah,
shirt from
she
her.
she advertised iBobs.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
the spokesperson for
Amongst
iBobs.
other things.
Yes, but they're noticeable, and I
Oh,
like I
thank you.
like them.
Oh, thank you.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because it is like a symbol of me, the red glasses.
Yeah, well,
And what we were going to talk about I don't know. It
no,
doesn't
it's
really.
not
No, no,
related,
no,
really.
no. It's really not. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about tattoos,
Yes,
right?
right. Well, and that popped up again because we happen to be fans of My Lottery Dream Home with David. What's his last name?
With David.
David. I forgot his last name. The host. And for those that have followed that show, if you go back about 5 years to the first season or two, he had no tattoos. And then in season two, you started seeing a few, tattoos on his arms and a few on his leg. The barbed wire one around the arm, that's a popular one. But his tattoos were all like black and white. Then as the time progressed, he started getting more tattoos. Then he started doing color tattoos over his black and white tattoos to the point where now he's probably
He's
got his
covered.
entire, at least his entire upper body and his legs, at least, are covered in multicolored tattoos to include Mickey Mouse because he's a huge Disney fan. He's got a Mickey Mouse and then it's called a sleeve where you have tattoos that leads right into another and covers almost every inch of your arms. And he's got this tiger tail that goes up his neck. And that brought up the question in my head because I do have a tattoo that was not really of my choosing. I'll talk about it in a minute, but I wondered, would you ever be inclined to get a tattoo?
No, I
Ha
don't feel the
ha
need.
have you ever in your life, when I was in the military, I mean, everybody was getting tattoos. And unfortunately, a lot of the guys that I served with in the military got tattoos of their wives or girlfriends. And then they came home and got divorced.
That's a problem.
And they were left with a tattoo of of you know
Yeah, because you can't take
wife
them
number
off
wife number. Well,
real
you
well,
you
can you?
can, yeah, it's painful,
It's got to
but
be.
I do remember seeing a veteran at one of my meetings who had a large heart on his arm, and then it had four names below the heart
Seriously?
of wife one, two, three, and the current wife. And every time, instead of going over it, he just put a line through.
No way.
I'm, as sure as I'm sitting here, and each time he would just add the current wife or girlfriend or something to the list underneath the heart.
That would be a no-go for me.
I mean, number one, if this guy was divorced again and you kind of knew the story, what woman on earth would
I
want to
can't
go out with
believe
a
it.
guy who was like a four-time loser? And he
And public,
broadcasts on his arm that he's had all of these
no
relationships.
way. First of all, there's pain involved with the tattoos.
Yeah, and
And I have enough
and
pain elsewhere. I don't need more.
and an arm, apparently there's less pain, but there's people that will have a tattoo like on their ankle, and I would think that an ankle is
An
is a
ankle. What about David's neck?
yeah, that there are a
Ooh.
lot of tender areas of the body that I would think would be, although I think they freeze those areas, or they can do like a Novocaine type
Now, what's
thing.
going to happen when David is 85?
Uh,
It's all going to be wrinkly and not
yeah,
as
yeah,
good looking.
yeah. Mickey Mouse is not going to look the
No,
same.
Mickey Mouse is going to look 90, 100. No, I'm sorry. It's just to me, no.
I mean but it is a growing phenomenon with women.
Well, our niece does have, I think she has one or two small little, I know one's a rose and they're small.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
not where the average person could see
yeah,
it.
very often somebody will put a little heart with initials or whatever
Right,
over their
right,
heart
right.
on the chest.
That I get. But
If
the
it
big ones,
if you watch Judge Judy, every other, defendant or plaintiff and all has got hearts or something all over their chests and everything. And especially the women. It's just kind of
well,
unsightly.
yeah, I just don't understand. And I'm sorry if there are women out there that have this, but I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. When you have a formal dress on and it's sleeveless and it's a gorgeous glittery thing,
Oh,
and then you have tattoos all over your chest or all down your arm, I just don't think it lends anything to that
how about the
formal
red
look.
carpet?
Yes,
When you
that's what I'm
see,
saying.
actors and actresses and all that are on the red carpet, I mean, geez,
Miley Cyrus has a lot of them, and she wears formal.
Lady Gaga does
Yeah,
too.
Lady Gaga does too.
And all, but then you've got people like um, who's the guy that lost all the weight, the singer,
Oh,
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, yeah.
Not only has he got the tattoos on the arms, but the face, the eyelids,
Yeah.
and the teardrop coming down from the
Yeah.
eye. That,
Yeah.
it's a
Some of those
tattoo.
are unusual tattoos I've never seen on anyone else before.
Yeah. Well,
But it's a lot.
that leads me to another aspect of tattooing.
Hmm.
Why on earth would anybody who is a career criminal go out and if they're going to rob a
I
house
know
and
what you're saying.
steal whatever and they go out and they spend that money on getting tattoos, which to me is probably the most incriminating evidence
Well, if they have a mask,
that a person, if they got a mask, but very often they got a mask but they got tattoos on their
yeah,
neck or on their arms,
or
and
hands.
all of a sudden they rob that jewelry store and the camera shows, oh, all we got to do is look for a guy that's got this snake tattoo running all the way up his right arm. And I mean,
Well, I'd like to think they're
you don't
smart
just
enough.
run out and say, "Listen, I want to evade the law, so I'm going to go get my all my tattoos removed." Uh-uh.
No, I hope that they're smart enough to wear long sleeve clothing.
They're not, because they get caught and somebody goes to the lineup and they say, "Oh yeah, it's number 2 because I recognize the tattoo on his arm." Hello? What were you
It's
thinking?
something to consider.
Yeah, you want a life of crime? Then don't have any tattoos and paint a temporary one, or get those ones that, remember, you used to put them in water. You put water on your arm,
Yeah,
and
as a kid.
it came out of Cracker Jack boxes, and you put it on, you leave it on for about a minute, and you peel it off, and now you got this tattoo on your arm. It's very good until you take a shower, and it's gone.
Well, the other thing is, though, it would put a lot of people out of business that are making good money and good incomes as being tattoo artists. I mean,
Yeah, that's true, and I mean that's a big business
it is
overseas,
business.
especially in Asia.
Yeah.
But you're right. Uh, Inner cities,
Hmm.
tattoo parlors,
Inner cities, the
resort
gangs
areas.
have them. They all have their own tattoos.
Yeah, resort areas, especially you go down to the Caribbean and all, and you can leave with a nice Rastaman tattoo on your arm. But like you said, it's taking it a little bit too far, I think, when they go above the neckline and all, and the forehead, the face, and everything. Because now, let's say you've done that when you're a teenager, and now you're 30 years old, and you walk into that bank to interview for a position as a teller, and that
That's
person in
not going to
the
work.
HR department says, I don't know.
Well,
because not only do they sometimes have the tattoos, but they also got the red and green and pink and green.
Remember when our son had had his ear pierced
Yeah, well, he
in
had,
college?
yeah,
And
college, high school. I think it
no,
was
it was
before he,
college. I think it was, well, it might have
I,
been, but it might have been as a senior in high school because we tell him
mhm.
at that point years ago, people were not as open to the piercings. And we had told them it could not be a good thing to go into an interview with a diamond stud in your ear. Um, as it turns out, he took it out, and I think he
After,
realized
yeah,
it,
after
and
about
it
a
grew
year or
out, and
so, and
it
it
was
wasn't.
he was
But
over it.
but then about 5 years later, our daughter comes home and there's something that's glistening in her mouth, and she decided to have a
Well, that was
little barbell put
I
through
think
her
that
tongue.
was in retaliation to something mom and dad wouldn't let her do,
Well,
and that
but
was
she did this without us even knowing, and she was not of age to
no,
give the consent. So obviously, she either lied or
she
forged
lied.
our name or whatever.
No, she lied.
To just
No, she told us she
yeah,
lied.
yeah. I did. I
But
just it was something I wanted to do, and again, that
but
lasted for a couple of years, and then it was gone.
yeah, but I think tattoos will always be here to stay. I
Ta-
think they will.
It's it's it's
And
it's an
it's your
identity.
choice. Yeah, and
Identity thing. And you know what? Also, it's influential. When you see every professional player on a team
oh, to
with
them it's
tattoos, you see your actors and actresses and all with tattoos everywhere. People want to be like that.
it's a
They
big deal.
yeah,
I'm sure they all go around comparing their tats.
yeah. Tats. Yeah, that's another abbreviation. And I mentioned about my tattoo. I
Yes.
got my tattoo when I was 7 years old. I was in first grade, and it was an experimental program back in the Northwest Indiana, in Lake County, Indiana, through the school system that they had a program of tattooing uh, all the children in elementary school with their blood type on their side.
Mhm.
It was a fairly simple process, and I don't remember it being all that painless. It was almost like a gun that shot the ink right into your skin. But the concept I thought was pretty
I think
good
it was a great idea.
because if any of these kids were involved in auto accidents or whatever and needed blood, all they had to do is look to their side. The problem was that after a couple of years of doing this, the cost was prohibitive, and they
Mm.
stopped doing the
Oh.
program. But lo and behold, many, many years ago, we were vacationing in Manzanillo, Mexico, and we were in the pool. And somebody in the pool came over to me and said, "Are you from Indiana?" And I thought, "I don't know you from Adam." And I said, "Yeah. How did you know?" And he turned and he showed me his side, and he had the tattoo. And
I don't remember that.
so at the time, if you ran into somebody else and saw a tattoo on the left side of their torso, you knew that they were about your age and they were from Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, I don't. Does that make you, because you have that tattoo, does that make you remember what blood type you are?
Well, I always
I
I
never
always
remember
remembered,
what
but
blood
if you
type
get
I
hit
am.
by a car and you're unconscious, the paramedics
Right,
or a doctor would
right.
would know in that area of the country. And I don't know whether this
If
would be a
they asked
program
me,
that would work again today. Now, on your driver's license, I think doesn't have your blood
no,
type on your driver's license.
no,
I'll have to check driver's
it
license.
should,
So
because I can't remember my blood type.
you don't remember yours?
No, I did at one point when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I could
I
care less.
When we're
But
finished, I'll let you know because I have it in my
do
phone.
you
I
really?
think, yeah, I put down all of the kids because the kids are a combination of our blood types. Now, uh, 70 some years later, and a few more pounds that I'm carrying than when I was 7 years old, the blood type ain't as legible as it used to be.
Well, and it doesn't say your blood type. It's a code,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
no. It B plus.
It
It's
doesn't.
my blood
I
type.
thought it was more of a code.
That's what it was tattooed. B plus.
No, no, I thought it was different. Okay.
Yeah. And it was always a course of conversation as I got older. If I was lucky enough to get into a situation with a young lady, and she would say, "What's that on your side?" "Oh, it's my blood type." "Oh, isn't that cute?" "Yes, so are you."
Oh man,
Do you ever remember seeing my blood type
I
and
did.
asking what it was about?
I did because we
See?
there was a pool where your apartment was,
Yeah.
and we were swimming like the guy at Manzanillo,
Yeah.
and I asked,
See? And that way,
yeah.
no matter if you've
So you were a chick
lived
magnet.
in Northwest Indiana, you were a walking advertisement for blood typing back in the 50s. That was in the 50s.
Maybe that's what made you such a chick magnet.
A blood type on the side of my
Tattoo.
body.
A little tattoo.
I was hoping it was my blue eyes because I thought that's what got you.
That's what they did get me.
Definitely your
Yeah.
hazel green eyes is what got me,
Yeah.
and it still does. So, you want to go out and get a tattoo?
No, thank you.
No. I mean,
Only if it had my blood type, I would consider this. Because that would help me remember what my blood type was.
this late in the game, huh? Well, anyway, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
Go out and make a good day. We'll see you again right here next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.